Tutorial, we're going to talk about building sound cues in ShowBuilder 6. So if we go to the sound discipline down here, and we can select our cues. I already have a few cues in here. I'll add a few more, so I can say it's a sound effect. We'll put it on a cue list just like in SFX, cue number 4, and we can tell it what scene this is going to be in and what page it's on. And let's say it's a rooster. Okay. And the stage manager is going to give us a cue light, so we'll let the stage manager see this cue. And let's say we've already built it, and we've built these, so we're done with all of that. Now down below I can get specific, it's a visual cue, sun up, and what line someone says it on, hello world, classic. I can also keep track of the sound recordings we do in the show so that later on I can print a list to make sure we get the rights for each song. Now my sound cues, I can move them up or down this way, so I can sort them that way. I can select several of them and move them as a block as well. Now I can also delete cues, so I can delete this cue and it disappears. I'll delete this cue and it disappears. But let's say the next day the director wants a cue back, so we can view our cut cues, and if I select them and delete them again, then they're back. So the next thing with sound cues is if you're going to do a show with VCAs or DCAs, you can lay out your VCAs here. So let's say we'll give a name to this. Actually, we'll just call it number 1. And let's say we're doing a show with 12 DCAs, and we know that we're going to start with, say, Tom. Oh, I gotta turn my cap locks off. Tom, Sally, Steve, and George. And let's say, over here I've got my band. So there's and we're doing a musical. So now I can add 10 cues, and boom, there's 10 quick cues, and we'll give them all a name. Now this has the ripple effect, so I could say Steve moves to here, and actually Sally's going to move over here at this point. And I can basically lay out my VCAs. Now, in my cues up here, I can assign VCA libraries to every cue so that I can see what VCA, if I'm looking at this cue, it'll highlight down here which VCA library I would be seeing on my desk. So that's a basic overview of sound cues.